host.
Yes, Anand. Okay. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the 637th meeting of Madras Toastmasters Club. For those who do not know Toastmasters International, it is a non-profit organization founded by Ralph C. Smedley in 1924. For those who do not know Toastmasters, it is a non-profit organization formed by Ralph C. Smedley in 1924. The mission of a Toastmasters International is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning experience in which the members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. There are 4 core values of Toastmasters International: integrity, dedication to excellence, service to the member, and respect for the individual. There are few rules to be followed. I request all the speakers to refrain from speaking on taboo topics like sex, religion, politics, etc. Since it is a hybrid meeting, I request the online participants to kindly ensure that your microphone is on mute when the speaker is not speaking. And I request the online participants to rename themselves in the format Toastmaster or guest followed by your name. The 4th is that I would be sharing a form in the chat window for the members to mark their attendance. Have a great day. Over to you, Toastmaster Preeti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gayatri, for the warm welcome, for setting the tone right. So today, let's start with the game. On offline people, let's start with the game today. So you'll be counting number 1 to 10 in order. You can say randomly. If a number gets repeated, you have to start from the beginning. Are you getting the game? So anyone can start. You can start from number 1 in the order only. So if the number gets repeated, if Paramaguru is telling the number 1 and someone else is also saying number 1, you have to start from the beginning. Getting the game? For online people also, anyone can start.
1,
2. So you have to start from the beginning.
1.
No, you have to go in the order only. 4. No. If it is getting, if 2 or same people say the same number, you have to start from the beginning. Online people can also participate. You can start now.
1.
4.
5.
From the beginning. From the beginning. Again from the beginning. From the beginning is 1 only, no? You have to start from 1. So from online.
We are not able to hear Preeti. 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Shall we have the mic here, please? Okay, let's finish the game and go back to the session. So today we have your guests with us. Let's introduce them. Can you please come and introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, I'm Mukesh Kumar. I'm from Nandambakam. Currently, I'm doing my bachelor's in business administration from Madras Christian College, and I got to know about this Toastmasters from my English teacher. She asked me to go visit these clubs and socialize with new people, and I'm really excited to be here.
Hope you'll have a great time. Please do give your name to TT Master Paramaguru. To take part in the table topic session, you can give your name to them. We have any other guests? We have one name guest. Can you come and introduce? Hear them. Okay, no problem. Okay, that's all. We'll go back to the session. So today's TMOD role is being played by Toastmaster Jacob. He is a project coordinator at RR Darling. He's my ex-colleague. So let us put our hands together to welcome Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Preeti, for the introduction. Good morning, for Toastmasters and guests. It's my privilege to welcome you all to the Madras Toastmasters Club. Before I go any further, let me introduce the word of the day and theme of the day. So the word of the day is procrastination. Procrastination is the act of delaying or putting off tasks until the last minute or past their deadline. The word has originated from the Latin word procrastinators, which itself evolved from the prefix pro, meaning forward, and crastinus, meaning of tomorrow. So we may procrastinate when we are unable to manage negative feelings around a task, such as sometimes we are getting boredom and anxiety, insecurity, frustration, and finally, when we have a self-doubt, we used to procrastinate things. And the theme of the day is day one. It's simply about a choice you make between the doing it or procrastination. So today we can be just another day, or today can be just another day of your life, or it can be day one of your new improved life. So let me share a quote. One day you will wake up and there won't be any more time to do things which you have always wanted to do. So do it now. That means we can start the agenda. So for the benefits of the guest, let me introduce the structure of the meeting. So every Toastmasters meeting has 3 parts. The first part is prepared speeches, where the members will be delivering the speeches based on their path and levels they have chosen. The second part is test table topic round, in where the member can practice and deliver the speech. This round is also known as the impromptu speaking session. And the final and important part of the meeting is evaluation session, where the prepared speeches and all other aspects of the meeting will be evaluated by the general evaluator and his team. So today, the general evaluator role will be played by Toastmaster Anirudh. Before introducing him, let me introduce Toastmaster Anirudh has finished his BCom final year. He's learning designing and learning piano and doing a pre-foundation course in piano. His hobbies are playing and watching cricket, playing chess, playing piano, singing, and doing dub smash. Let me welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster Anirudh, to introduce his team.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Hope I am audible and visible.
Yes, you are.
Can anyone confirm?
Yes, you are.
Yes, thank you. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Actually, I have become the general evaluator for today in the nth hour. So, the role of the general evaluator is to note down everything that takes place during the meeting. And I will note down everything that happens and that doesn't happen in the meeting. I will evaluate every participant in the meeting and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. And at the end of the meeting, I will give feedback on how to improve the overall quality of the meeting. To assist me, I have a gate team. And this gate team consists of the timer, accounter, grammarian, and the evaluators. So, firstly, I will introduce the tag team for today. So today the timer role is being played by Toastmaster Nikhil, and a brief introduction about him. Toastmaster Nikhil is currently enrolled for MA History at Loyola College in Chennai, and he takes interest in analyzing history, and his hobbies are designing, graphics, book reading, traveling, researching, writing, etc. So over to Toastmaster Nikhil for explaining the objectives of the timer role.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator of the day, Team Anirudh. Time is what we want the most, what we use the worst. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I am Nikhil, and today I'll be the timer. So my role will be to ensure that the meeting runs on time. I will have to make sure that none speaker gets away by speaking the least and then takes the time other than the stipulated time. So for that thing, I'll be using this colored card, green, amber, and red. For prepared speeches, the time limit would be 5 to 7 minutes. And for the long speech, that is for 10 to 12 minutes. I'll show the green color at 10 minutes, amber at 11, and the red at 12. And in the online meeting, I'll be sharing my screen, which will be pertaining to these three colors. In the end, I'll submit my report to the general evaluator. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhil, for explaining your timer role. Next, I would like to call upon the counter is Toastmaster Naveen today. Toastmaster Naveen is working as a business analyst in Standard Chartered Bank, and his hobbies are listening to music, watching movies, and a stock market enthusiast. Over to you, Toastmaster Naveen, for introducing our counter role.
Greetings, fellow Toastmaster and guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note words, sounds that are used as crutch or pass filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen to filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker represents a word or phrase such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used this expression. Thank you. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naveen. Good explanation about the counter role. Next, I would like to call upon the last person in the tag team, which is the grammarian. And this grammarian role is being played by Toastmaster Nisha. Toastmaster Nisha is an energetic and passionate individual with an aim to become an independent entrepreneur and a social activist. She is currently working in TPI Composites as production engineer. She is very much interested in interacting with people and happy to serve the needy people. And her reason for joining the club is to improve her public speaking and leadership skills. Also, she has mentioned a quote, which is her favorite quote, which is, "She believed she could, so she did." So that's about her introduction. Over to Toastmaster Nisha to explain your grammarian role.
Good morning to the fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I'm going to play the role of grammarian. The role of grammarian is to note down the usage of good languages, unique phrases, and the errors in the language. I will also note down the usage of word of the day and the theme of the day. Today, the word of the day is the procrastination, and the theme of the day is day 1. At the end of the meeting, I finally report to the general evaluator. Over to general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nisha. So that's the tag team introduction. It's a very important 3 roles: this timer, counter, and grammarian. They are a great pillar of support in every Toastmasters meeting. So wishing all the best to all 3 of them. With this, I conclude the tag team introduction is completed. I will come back after the table topics to conduct the evaluation session. For now, I will hand over the control to the Toastmaster of the day. Over to Toastmaster Jacob.
Thank you, General Evaluator and this team for your introduction. Let's start with our first part of our meeting, the prepared speeches. Today we have 3 prepared speeches. First, speaker 1 is Prabhat. Toastmaster Prabhat will give a speech on the path persuasive influence, level 1, project 4, evaluation and feedback. Toastmaster Prabhat is a mechanical engineer with 12 years of experience. He loves exploring new places, loves playing table tennis, and run every day to keep himself fit. To evaluate his speech, we have Toastmaster Deepa. Please come, Deepa, to lead out the Prabhat project objectives.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I'm going to play the role of evaluator, and I'm going to, and my target speaker is Toastmaster Prabhat. So he's going to give a speech on the level 1 project 4 on the pathway persuasive influence, and on the speech title, the core elements of human excellence. So the purpose of his speech would be to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to represent a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. So I'm going to observe for the content, delivery, vocal variety, and the tone up. So which was the feedback given by the last evaluation session. And at the end of the meeting, I will submit my evaluation report to the general. All the best, Toastmaster Prabhat.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. Let's welcome Toastmaster Prabhat.
Being born in a small city, surrounded by family and friends, till the time you become 22. And then finally, you will be exposed to a big city where you did not find anyone who can support you, help you. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, did you feel the same experience in your education time or after that? Somebody who was exposed to the big city after being in the comfort zone for the long time. Yeah, I can find 2 or 3 people are there. So thank you so much. Actually, this is the story about me. Till my graduation, I was supported and protected by my family and friends. Even for a small thing, my family was doing each and everything. They were not giving me the opportunity to go and explore the world. And because of that, I was in my comfort zone for most of the time. But the thing is that after the education, I was supposed to go for my professional journey. And for that, I decided to go to Pune. Pune was 1700 kilometers away from my city. And Pune was a big city for me. So for that, I was excited about that. I'll go to Pune and I will do something in the life. But at the same time, I was curious as well, because it was first time I will be facing the situation which I have to take care of myself. So if you can see, I still remember my first day in the Pune. The moment I entered to Pune, it was 1st of August 2010. On that day, I was feeling like sadness in the life. The sadness was because I did not have any family members or any friend who can support me personally or emotionally. And that started to affect my personality. That started to affect my mental state as well. And it was actually affecting my things at the organization level as well. So after 6 months, some of my seniors came to me and they spoken to me about this journey. They explained me so many things about psychology and all. Someone in the team explained to me about the 6 core elements of human hexagon. Those core elements are intention, a psychological response, physical state, the belief, emotions, and perception. And he explained me to just go and think about those 6 elements. So the moment I started to think about those 6 elements, I found the intentions were right, because I was focused on doing something in the life. And for that, psychological response was also good. They were supporting me mentally. And physical state was very positive for me. But the thing which was lagging in me was the sadness, the inbuilt thing which I was having with me since childhood. That thing has to be fixed, and for that I needed to do something. And because of that, it was becoming my perception that I'm not going to stay in this city for so long. And this was becoming a belief for me as well that without my family or friend, I cannot do anything in my personal life. So the thing I had to do something in my thing was the sadness or the loneliness. And for that, I started to explore things. I started to interact with people. I started to participate in social things. And because of that, I was exposed to so many people, so many things. And because of that, it had become my a positive thing in the life. And it had supported me very well. And it became my perception that if we can interact with people, if we can interact with society, we can stay even in a small city or in a big city. And because of that, I can see I'm having so many achievements so far in the life. In 2018, I have been shifted to Chennai. And Chennai is also I can unknown city to me. But by using these six element of the human hexagon, I am doing so many things in Chennai. I am exploring the things here, and which is helping me to keep a positive mentality in everyday life. So with this, I would like to say, willing to do something is not actually okay. We should actually apply it and do it. With that, thank you and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prabhat, for a wonderful speech. And next, we have Toastmaster Kavita. Kavita ma'am is going to give a speech on level 3 elective project, Know Your Sense of Humor on the Path Dynamic Leadership. Toastmaster Kavita is working in Capgemini as project manager, 13 years into IT, 7 years with Toastmasters. Her hobbies are playing veena, gardening, and reading. To evaluate her speech, we have Toastmaster Preeti. Let me welcome Toastmaster Preeti to read out Toastmaster Kavita's project objectives.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests, and a special good morning to Toastmaster Kavita. So Toastmaster Kavita is going to deliver her level 3 elective project. The project name is Know Your Sense of Humor. So it is a very much needed speech for this humorous contest time. The title of this speech is Just Another Day as a Mom. So the project objective of her speech is to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and to present a speech that includes humor. All the very best, Toastmaster Kavita. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Preeti. Timer, you can start. கொல்லையில தென்னை வைத்து குருத்தோல பெட்டி செஞ்சு This is the song I sing to my 4-year-old to put her to sleep every day. But when I was in 4th standard, my music teacher told me that I have a very thin and soft voice. Little did I know that after 30 years, my voice was going to become loud and boisterous. You're not getting my point? Let me introduce myself. I am Kavita, mother of a 11-year-old and a 4-year-old. Now you're getting my point? Toastmasters and my dear friends, welcome to the world of parenting. Let's say I am in the kitchen and I have to call my elder one and she has to respond. That is the point note here. She has to respond. The minimum volume I can use is Tanushree. I will not blame my kid for this. If there is one person I have to blame, it is J.K. Rowling, who wrote 7 such Harry Potter books. Somehow, if my kid is reading this book, she has already read this book, read all the 7 books at least 100 times. I am not exaggerating here for your information. But still, if she has this book in hand, she enters into Hogwarts and somehow refuses to listen to anything that is going in this world. Nothing enters into her ear. Muggles like me will not understand this. Do we have any Harry Potter fans in the audience, online and offline? You guys will probably understand what she means. Harry Potter, and any story for that matter, I wonder why these kids read the same storybook again and again when they know very well that the story will never change. It is going to be the same. Definitely, we live in two different worlds. If that is the story of my elder one, my younger one is even sweeter. My younger one has extraordinary superpowers. For instance, she can have half spoon of rice inside her mouth for 1 hour. Her average time taken for finishing one meal is 2 hours. My software brain starts thinking, per meal 2 hours, per day 6 hours, per month 180 hours, and per year 2190 hours spent in just feeding a kid. Only the main meal for your information. So these are my two kids, to introduce them. No, apart from taking up my main job and job as a mother, I also have few more part-time jobs like bomb diffusion, referee. Bomb diffusion? Yes. A bomb diffuser has to decide between the red button and the blue button, deciding between the life and the death. For a mother, it is just the nail and the skin of the baby while cutting the nails of the baby. But I have 11 years of experience in this with both my kids. So I have acquired the skills of a bomb diffuser. I can diffuse a bomb when I am riding a roller coaster. So there are skills that moms actually acquire over a period of time. Now, why a referee? Let me demonstrate this for you. Amma, she's throwing a pillow on me. Why did you throw the pillow on her? Amma, she only threw the pillow first. Why did you throw the pillow first on her? Amma, she took my pencil away. Why did you take the pencil away? I lost my pencil, ma. Why did you lose your pencil? I think I kept it in the cupboard of my school. Why did you lose your pencil? Make sure you don't do that again. Red card for you. Go into the room. It's always me who gets the red card. Nobody in this house likes me. I'm the most hated person in the house. To escape from this referee role, there are times, you will not believe me, I get into the restroom and close the door. But after listening to all the knocks and bangs and the commotion outside, I would be scared. What if the building association sues us for this? That is when I decide that being sued or being a convict is worse than being a referee, and I choose to be a referee than a convict. Having said all this, I have a few more memories to share with you. I will take you to 2009. In 2009, after a miscarriage, I had sleepless nights, and I used to have nightmares that I would end up not becoming a mother at all. Do you see the contrast life brings us? Life is quite challenging, and life is filled with surprises. And it is all about the challenges and the experience we gain as we face these challenges. Now, as a parent, I think being a mentor for the kid is the most important role apart from the other roles, and that is the only thing required from a parent. Now, after 10 years from now, I would happily see my kids fly away from my nest and build their own nest. And I will have only the memories, experiences to cherish during my old age. As the writer Kannadasan rightly points out, experience is nothing but God. If you want to know what is God, if there is God, then it is the experiences that you face in your life. Over to you, T. Moody.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kavita, for a wonderful speech. We enjoyed a lot. Next, we have Toastmaster Muthu. Toastmaster Muthu is going to give a speech on path completion, reflecting on your path and the path effective coaching. To evaluate his speech, we have Toastmaster Subhasini. Let me welcome Toastmaster Subhasini to read out his project objectives.
She's online.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. Good morning, Toastmaster and distinguished guests. Toastmaster Muthu is going to give complete his pathway effective coaching, reflecting on your path. The title is In Retrospect. The purpose of this The purpose of this project is for the member to reflect on her growth during the completion of the entire path. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her growth during the completion of a path. Over to Toastmaster Muthu. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surashni, ma'am. Timer, please note down the timing. It's 10 to 12 minutes. In retrospect, today I'm completing the level of completing my path from the path effective coaching. In retrospect, it has all started back in the end of years back. 2019, I have joined Toastmasters International in 2019 April. It took me quite a lot of time to complete this path, but doesn't need to be like this. I don't encourage you all to take this much time to complete a path. I think the Toastmaster Preeti has completed the path in a very quick time. So I encourage all you to complete your path in a quick time, about 1.5 years maximum. So where it all started, I was ardent fan of Brian Tracy. I used to read many of his books. I read at least 40 plus his books. So I want to become a very international speaker. So that's one of my dream, to become an international speaker or author like Brian Tracy. So what he suggested, so to become a great speaker, to become successful, anything in your personal life or business life, need to speak on your feet. So what he recommended for that is to join Toastmasters. That's where I came to know about the Toastmasters International. So I started searching for the Toastmaster club that suits me. So I found Madras Toastmasters Club. So at the time I'm from Pondicherry. So I joined with a lot of enthusiasm and Toastmasters International. At the time, Toastmaster Madhupriya was the president. So with a lot of enthusiasm, I joined. But what happened in the first 6 months, I took only 6 classes, 6 meetings. I only took 6 meetings of the entire 6 months because of the travel from Pondicherry to Chennai. That was a drawback for me. And it took me 4 months to give my first icebreaker speech. I still remember when I gave my icebreaker speech, my knees were shaking, my hands were going this direction. So I took my hand on the back of me and stood still. So I gave my speech anyway. My words were trembling. So I took about 8 minutes to complete my icebreaker speech. At the time when I giving someone disturbing with something like this, after the speech only I realized it was the timer. He's showing the timer cards. I was not aware of the things at the time. So I have somehow completed my icebreaker speech, and I took a break of about 3 months after that, and I rejoined Toastmasters in January 2020. At the time, I gave a really good speech, I think, about like a successful business. So it was quite appreciated by the people around there, and Toastmaster Babashar has appreciated me and personally. So that was a good takeaway for me. So after that, the COVID has came in March of 2020. So in the blessing as a blessing in disguise, so we all started to move online. so it gave me the opportunity to join more classes, more meetings online. So I'm able to give more speeches online. So, and I also took more roles. So I remember I performed some of the roles very poorly when I started, like the TT master role for the first 2 times. I really did something not quite well, even the TMOD role and GE role. But as I used to take more and more role more frequently, so I used to get used to it. That was a learning process. And apart from that, I also held various positions in our club, like the sergeant at arms, and then the secretary, and now the VP education of our club. So it was a very good experience. And these roles have quite a lot of challenges associated with that, and also have a lot of experiences that those challenges will make you as a better person. And so that has helped me a lot. After that, I also played some quite a roles in other clubs, contest. So it helped me to associate with other clubs, and that's why Toastmasters is so much helpful to become a better person. And one of the important thing in Toastmasters is feedback. Sometimes the feedback we get is very harsh. We may not like that. Sometimes I felt, oh, it's very hard. But the reality is, if someone don't let us know what we are doing, we will continue to do what we are doing. In that aspect, some of the feedbacks I gained repeatedly received. So really, that is something we really need to work on that. So that helped me to go back, do some changes in that. So that feedback is very important in Toastmasters. So that in this way, I welcome the feedbacks. Further, so how the Toastmasters have helped me personally. As I told you, I joined Toastmasters to become a better speaker. So what I did, so I want to become a better speaker. So like a trainer. So I took a course on the Jack Canfield certified trainer to teach the success principles. In this way, I started teaching the success principles in one of our one of a private private group. I started for the level 5 project and started teaching that. Most importantly, we moved online. So this online meeting has helped me to gain confidence, because now I'm going to start teach the success principles in the online modes. Now I get used to the Zoom controls, and now it is streamed to YouTube. So get used to the online mode. In this way, Toastmasters is really helping me. So now I'm going to start my journey as a success principle trainer. So I have practiced my teachings, in the club speeches also. In my earlier speeches, I have presented a 22 minutes keynote speech of what I'm going to deliver in my career. I registered it here. In this way, Toastmasters is very much helpful to me. I also started a blog, and also I started a podcast. So these are all possible because Toastmasters helped me to gain confidence, and also it helped me to get going. And because of that, only these things possible. Otherwise, it would not have possible. In this way, Toastmasters is very, very much helpful to me. Further, in this process, I am grateful to a lot of people in this journey, like Toastmaster Madhupriya was the president. While joined, I was very much more motivated by her, and Toastmaster Jai. At this time, some of the time I felt like quitting. I joined later. He said, "No, you should not quit. You continue to do this journey." Because of him, I continued my journey till now. And during that part, Toastmaster Sriram and Toastmaster Babasar and Toastmaster Kavita, I'm all very much grateful for them, and for my current ex-com, Toastmasters Preeti and other people, very supportive and very much helpful to me in this process. Most importantly, how to become a better speaker. It's like, as Brian Tracy says, speak and speak and speak and speak and speak. There is no other way to become a better speaker. And there is no other better platform than Toastmasters to become a better speaker and better communicator and better leader. So I strongly suggest joining Toastmasters International. Further, is the opportunities in the Toastmasters International is like ocean. So it is really all up to us to make use of the maximum opportunity that comes our way. So we need to grab the opportunity that comes our way, then only we can get better results. So with this, I want to share this. I'm ending my speech. I want to share a quote from General Wesley Clark, who was a former head of NATO. He said, "It doesn't take any more effort to dream a big dream than it does to dream a small dream." So why dream small? Let's dream big. With this, I hand over the control to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muthu, and congratulations for completing your path. Next, we are going to start a table topics to provide us challenge. All the speakers are qualified. Thank you. So let's start the table topics round. To provide us with the challenge for today's table topics round, we have Toastmaster Paramaguru. Toastmaster Paramaguru is working in HDFC Bank as a deputy manager. His hobbies and interests are reading non-fictional books, watching movies, and listening to songs in his spare time. Let's welcome Toastmaster Paramaguru.
Good morning, all. So one day, after completing my after work, I just came from my work back to home. So on the traffic, I met one person. He asked me the route for how to go to Loyola College. But in that time, I was very frustrated, and after coming back to the work, I showed him the way for Stella Maris route. So that's what happened. If you ask anybody in the impromptu, you don't know, your brain will get stuck and you don't know how to respond. So morning all. So today we have a session of table topic. So let me call first guest. Yeah, your name? Yeah, let me call Jagannath. Sorry? Member, okay. Okay. Yeah, you. Abba, yeah, let me call Abba on stage. So Abba, so when you wake up in the morning and check your phone, you got a $1 million credited in your bank account. What would you do? So let me repeat again. When you wake up in the morning and check your phone, you got a $1 million credited in your bank account. What would you do?
Thank you, Table Topics Master, for this wonderful starting topic. What a $1 million in my bank account. That's wonderful. First, I would check if it's a dream, whether I'm still kind of still dreaming, or I've actually woken up and it's still happening. And if I had $1 million, I think I'd probably, call my office, ask for 1 month leave, drop everything, and just travel the world. Like go to, I don't know how many of you here have seen the movie called, it's a George Clooney movie called, he's I forgot the name, it's not coming to me, but at the end of the movie, he's a guy who travels all over the world and collects air miles. No, it collects air miles, and by the time he becomes like a VIP member, like VVIP member in a airline list, And what happens is at the end of it, he doesn't know what to do. So he just walks into the airport, like selects the first destination that comes to his mind, and then books a ticket and just goes there. So with $1 million, that is what I would do. I just go to the airport, walk into the airport, choose the first flight out of Chennai, and just fly. So thank you, Table Topics Master, for this wonderful topic. Thank you.
That was great. Let me call Prabhat. Prabhat, so what's your favorite way to? So Prabhat, what's your favorite way to waste time online? So what is your favorite way to waste time online, Prabhat?
Thank you for giving me such a wonderful topic. And the favorite time I can waste online. So I would say we are having so many of the website online on which we can go and waste our time. They are Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. On that YouTube, you can see so many shorts people are posting. So I still feel if I think about my school days, in my school days, it was not like that, shorts and all. But in the last 6 months, I am seeing all the people are seeing the shorts on the YouTube or Instagram. And they are a total wastage of the time, I would say. It will not be giving you any experience. It will not be giving any of the support to do something in the life. It is just the, I can say, it will not be helpful to us. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhat. So let me call Toastmaster Anand on stage. Who are some of your top role models? Why do they inspire you? Who are some of your top role models? Why do they inspire you? Over to you, Toastmaster Anand.
Yes. Thank you, Table Topic Master, for giving a wonderful topic, right? Most inspiring and a heart-touching topic. My role model is that my first area business manager, Mr. Mankuri. See, I was not a good student during my schoolings. I was a slow learner during my elementary school. After that, I was an average student. Then the day were passed. I completed my PUC, 12th standard. Then I started my career as a medical representative in one of the renowned pharmaceutical company. I'm not good at English. My English is pathetic. Often there is counter is there. Too much of grammatical error. I never read anything. I'm like a couch potato, watching lot of videos. Right, in that time only videos or streaming cable channels in TV only. See, we do joint field work. During the time of joint field work, he told one thing, right? Anand, please read. I did, but he set a good role model. Whenever we do the joint field work, he keep on reading some soft skill books, management books, right? Then whenever we travel to some outstation work, he keep on reading. That message entered into my subconscious mind. I started reading the books. That was a turning point in my life, right? That the credit goes to my first line manager, Mr. Manukuri. Always he left a mark in my heart, right? Whatever I'm sure I'm standing and speaking in front of you, that is because of my manager. Thank you. It was really emotional. That was a heart-pressing message too. Thank you very much, Table Topic Master, to given a very good opportunity to speak about my leader. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call upon stage guest Akhilesh. What makes you so angry? What makes you so angry? Guest Akhilesh.
What makes me so angry? Yeah, whenever I walk on the roads, there are a lot of dirty things, and there are a lot of wastages. Whenever I see, I really get very irritated and angry because it's very difficult for me to walk on the road because of those wastages and dirty things. And even in now T Nagar and in other areas of Chennai, there are a lot of uh, there are a lot of wastages and other things happening. So it's very it's very difficult for me, not only for me, but for other people to work. So this makes me really angry, and I have a tendency to get irritated easily. So not only that, whenever the rain is coming, then I easily get angry because um, because I'm not able to go outside of my house, and thinking that I'm always inside the house for 24 hours. This makes me very angry, and that's all.
Yeah, for your things are getting angry. So next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Kavita. Sorry, Deepa. Online point. Toastmaster Deepa. So which movie has influenced a lot? Which movie has influenced a lot? Toastmaster Deepa.
Okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and thank you, Table Topic Master, for giving me this topic. Which movie influenced me a lot? Okay. So I won't say that I got a lesson from the movie. Just I will share my experience with how it influenced my my desire. So the Hindi movie, so-called Hindi movie, Hey Jawani Hey Diwani. Anyone knows here? So that was the first movie I was influenced more to love traveling. I was so first time I was watching it not on a theater, in a laptop. I was watching the movie. So till now, up to date, I have watched almost more than 10 times. Not at all boring. So why I like that movie is that the way he is searching for his he's not searching, the how is fulfilling his goals in spite of his love or whatever around him. He doesn't bother about that. He directly chases his dream. So that is what I really loved in that movie, and also the traveling experiences he gained and how he's sharing with others. That was so lovely in that movie. That's what I can say. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call guest Jagannathan on stage. So, guest Jagannathan, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? Guest Jagannathan.
So, thanks for the opportunity. So, if I would like to go anywhere, I would like to. So, I will go back to my native. That's the place where I can recall my good memories, because I had good memories with my grandma, grandpa, even with my friends, and the way I played with my friends in my childhood days. I would like to visit their home. I want to go back to the world back and see that, get into the memories and discuss about the past. Because whenever I go back to the old things, past things, so it makes me young, and also the fun which we had, that I can got back again, and I can see the people how they have transformed themselves. When I was young, they were different. Now they are entirely different. Their appearances are different. Their maturity is different. So things are not the same what we have predicted in the past. Because the person who was getting low marks in the class, now he is somewhere in his life. So you can't predict, or you cannot come to a conclusion based on the present. So that's what the message I have learned. Things will change quickly all of a sudden. So So that's what the one place which I like to go back to my native and see my friends and bring back the past histories and get into that. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, guest Jagannathan. Now I would like to call our youngest guest, Jayan, on stage. So now Jayan is going to speak about the topic of procrastination. Yeah.
What is
Yeah, yes, you can.
Thank you for giving a wonderful speech to me. Procrastination means delaying things. We should not delay things because when we delay things, we will not receive success in our life. For example, if I does not study for exam and I will score less mark. If I study before itself, I can do other things and score well marks in exam. And I know a proverb, stitch on time saves nine. Thank you.
So any online participants? Okay. Yeah, Toastmaster Kavita.
Yes, Toastmaster Paramaru.
So Toastmaster Kavita. So what is the worst restaurant or food you have ever eaten at? So what is the worst restaurant or food you have ever eaten at? Toastmaster Kavita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Paramaguru, for that wonderful topic. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. This is a very interesting topic. So, though I would always prefer to have a home cooked food rather than food from outside, but there were many interesting experiences with my husband and kids when I had lunch outside. A few years, many years ago, actually, we went into an Italian restaurant and we ordered something. The menu looked very weird, and the names, at least now I'm familiar with a few Italian dishes, but those days everything was Greek and Latin for me, and the menu looked so weird, and most of them were 400 and 500 rupees. So I just ordered some random weird name from the menu, and it was so horrible. We could hardly eat anything in the restaurant, and we had to simply spend the money without eating anything. I don't even remember the name of the restaurant, but I do remember it was inside a mall, and it was an Italian restaurant around some 8 to 9 years ago, I guess. So the taste was horrible. Both of us did not like the food, and we had to simply come out without eating anything, and I think we spent around 2500 without eating anything. We had to come home, prepare rice, have some curd rice and pickle, and then we went to wind up the lunch. So that was the worst experience, but now I can prepare pasta and some Italian dishes. So I have my own basil plant. I just do this chef work and all at home. But those days Italian was something like Greek and Latin for me, and it was a very bad experience those days. Thank you so much for the topic. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kavita, for sharing the experience. Now I would like to call guest Mukesh Kumar on stage. So guest Mukesh Kumar, is social media overall good or bad for society? Is social media overall good or bad for society? Guest Mukesh Kumar.
Thank you for this topic, Toastmaster. Yeah, thank you for this topic, Toastmaster. And good morning to everyone present here, as well as my online friends. The topic being that social media, is social media good or bad for society? I guess it depends upon the individual who you ask. For few people who spend their free time watching, not so productive stuff on social media, they just end up wasting the data as well as their time. And not only do they do that, they also encourage those people who post unproductive or not so useful videos by watching them. So that's a bad thing. And also, social media only reflects the positive aspects of an individual's life. You see people who are posting their pictures with, flying around the globe, having very good moments with their friends and everyone. But if you closely inspect their lives, it's not as good as they project themselves to be on social media. So these are the bad aspects of social media. But social media can also be productive because there have been a lot of awareness that has been raised. You take Black Lives Matter, you take many other atrocities that has been committed on the lower caste people, that has been put forth in the public because of social media. So, and also not only that, social media has also allowed people to create more job opportunities, especially like I guess many of you guys are from IT, so you know the significance of it. So yeah, finally it depends upon the person who you ask whether he or she uses it productively or not. So it's both good and bad, and it depends on who. Thank you.
The next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Venkatesh. Hi. So Toastmaster Venkatesh, what is the root cause of procrastination? What is the root cause of procrastination? Toastmaster Venkatesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhuru, for the topic. I think probably there's a first topic that is aligned to the word of the day and topic of the day. So thank you for giving me that opportunity. Right. What is the root? So being on the engineering field, being on software, root cause analysis is something that comes to us naturally. The only thing is we don't follow the outcome of the root cause analysis. But coming to the topic, the root cause analysis of procrastination is because the usual things that we want to do, right? So one of my previous boss, right, VP of the company, used to say, there is a last responsible moment for anything that you do, right? In the IT world, we always prepare decks and things like that for our leaders, right? So we start one week before, which is we don't want to procrastinate, we want to start early. But what happens is the VP cancels it, right? So our effort goes waste. So there is a last responsible moment till which we can wait for us to not do, for us to not to waste the effort. Right? So there's always a cost-benefit analysis on everything that we have to do. And we kind of look at that and do that. But otherwise, the reason for procrastination is probably they're not interested. They're not passionate about that work. So we need to people are passionate about what work like. If it's not first of all, if you're passionate, you can dedicate it to somebody in your family. Right? There is no then probably it's a bit of a smaller like we need to take up. Like Toastmasters was saying, it's something we don't like. We don't like to be lucky, but we don't have an option because we have to take care of things at home. Right? So it depends on the situation that we are in. And procrastination is probably not the ideal way. Nobody wants to do that, but it's probably the passion that you have for the work or the urgency of the work or the benefit that you're probably getting out of it. Maybe that it's not beneficial, but still you have to do it. So maybe that is what the probably reason for procrastination. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venkatesh. Now, I would like to call Toastmaster Preeti on stage. So, Toastmaster Preeti. So, if you could have a superpower, what would be? If you could have a superpower, what would be Toastmaster Preeti?
Good morning, Toastmasters. And yes, if I would have a superpower, what would it be? So since I am seeing a Batman logo in his T-shirt, I could think of it because my husband is a super Batman fan, and if you could ask this question to him, he'll answer it very briefly. But as of now, for me, if I could have some superpower, I would be invisible for some days and go visit some beautiful things which I'm not allowed to see. For example, for girls, especially for me, we have some restrictions at home, like after this 7 o'clock, you should not go anywhere. And I would break all those restrictions and go and visit somewhere. Even now, I can break it by saying no, but I value that relationship. If my mother-in-law or father-in-law is saying you should be here at 7 o'clock, I should respect their words. The same way, I should explore things as well. So if I would be invisible, I'll balance both. So that would be my superpower if you ask me, because I'm not a superpower fan and all that. Thank you for this topic.
Thank you, Toastmaster Preeti. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Nisha on stage. So Toastmaster Nisha, how to get rid of procrastination habits? How to get rid of procrastination habits? Toastmaster Nisha.
Thank you so much. This topic is wrong to me because I always procrastinate the things. Okay, coming to the topic, how to get rid of. By the mistakes I have done, I can say some suggestion. Not to, okay. First of all, our mind and thought. அறிவு and செயல்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, like we know the thing have to be done in that time, but நம்மளோட our mind will think we can do it in some time later. That habit have to be changed. That's the thing I have to say, because I will in my whole day, I'm a production engineer. I fix the time by 7 o'clock. By 7 o'clock, I have to enter the shop floor. By somewhat delay, I got ready by 7:05. I got to shop floor by 7:15. That 15 minutes I lost in by interacting with the shift members. That 15 minutes will drag into my 4:15 itself. We have to start it early. That's the early motto we have to follow. Then the things we have to list the things. Then we have to follow. What are the mistakes we have done in the past day? We have to rectify it. Don't have to repeat the mistake in the future. Plans we have to do. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nisha. Now I'd like to call Toastmaster Anil.
Yes, Paramaguru.
Yeah, Toastmaster Anil. Is procrastination a mental health issue? Do you think procrastination is a mental health issue? Over to you, Toastmaster Anil.
Yes, thank you, Table Topics Master. It's a very interesting topic. Is procrastination a mental health issue? Well, what is the meaning of procrastination? Procrastination means we are just postponing what we have to do right away. That is the meaning of procrastination. And I'm sure all the people in the world during some stage of their life, they are procrastinating something or the other. So if you ask me whether procrastination is a mental health issue, well, I'm not really sure about it, but we can't classify everything as a mental health disorder or anything like that, because everyone during some stage of their life, I don't think there is anybody in this world who doesn't procrastinate. Even I am procrastinating many things in the present. Sometimes if we need a break, if we want to take a break in some activity, if we want to relax or take rest, we procrastinate and we say, okay, we will not do this activity today, we will do this tomorrow, or we will do this day after tomorrow, or we will do it next week. So that is also procrastination. And I'm sure everyone during some stage, they will surely do procrastination. And that's why many people in this world now, they are talking about how we should reduce procrastination. So, well, I don't know whether to say that it is a specific mental health issue, but surely our mind plays an important role in us procrastinating many things in our lives. So that's about the topic. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anil. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Muthu. Toastmaster Muthu, can you please So I think Toastmaster Muthu is not available now. I would like to call Toastmaster Suhashni.
Yes, I'm available.
Yeah.
Toastmaster.
So Toastmaster Muthu, when was the last time you tried something new? When was the last time you tried something new? Toastmaster Muthu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paramaguru. So your topic is, when was the last time I tried something new?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, last month I read a book called Medical Medium by Anthony Williams. That was an interesting book. So this book is about healing ourselves. So it's about cleansing, it about detoxification. So the things presented in this books is all about diet. So not diet, about the food we eat, how these foods are becoming a problem to us. So in this book, what I learned is there are certain foods we need to avoid. I mean, we call them as troublemaker foods, and there are certain foods we need to eat. So in this way, he has presented a whole set of routines for eating the thing which we need to do follow in a day. So it includes drinking lemon juice in the morning, followed by celery juice about 15 minutes, and then having a normal meal without any troublemaker foods. And then after afternoon, we eating some food with followed by apple and the dates, and then night we have some foods followed by apple and dates, and then finally we need to have hibiscus tea followed by lemon juice at the end of the day. So this is a routine which I am following about for a couple of weeks. So this is something I tried something recently. So this is why it's working good for me. I suggest you all try this also. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muthu. You have given such a great guide for us as well. Now I would like to call Toastmasters Suhashni. Toastmasters Suhashni, can you please unmute and okay. Nikhil, timer. Okay, so now I would like to call Toastmaster Nikhil on stage. On behalf of timer Nikhil, Preeti is gonna play. So Toastmaster Nikhil, what do you think is the biggest problem facing the world today? What do you think is the biggest problem facing the world today, Toastmaster Nikhil?
Fine. The biggest problem that the world is facing today. I have two answers for that. First will be the youth, and the second will be the people with mindset. So my professor often says, youth are not useless, they are useless. They are useless. So in that way, the people who think that the youth and the youngsters are not really of a use, they are the problem. I think earlier, the people in the 90s and early 2000s, they used to say that now is the time for the youth. They should be given opportunities, and India or the world should move on that way. Now we have reached that stage, but I still doubt if people are really believing that we can pick up the opportunity. Even today, for example, in placements and all, people look for people who are experienced. They are not really willing to give opportunities to the freshers. That is a problem as well. And then the mindset of the youth, I would emphasize, that is a problem too. We have big things like social media to think on, other than the problems of family or society. I think I'll leave it until here only. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhil. With that, we have topics. Thank you all for participating, and they have given a wonderful table sessions. Thank you all. I am handovering the control to Toastmaster of the day, Jacob. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paramaguru, for conducting wonderful table topic session. With that, we will have a 10 minutes of break. Okay. Let's meet up by 11:40.
Toastmaster Jacob?
Yes.
Yeah, so can I have the list of qualified speakers and table topic speakers?
1 second. Qualified speakers.
Gayatri?
Yeah.
Everyone except in the prepared speech, Muthu is disqualified, and in the table topics, guest Jayant is disqualified.
Sorry, in the prepared speech, who's disqualified?
Muthu.
Okay, and in the table topics?
Guest Jayant. Guest Jayant.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
And so this is for the online members. I have shared the Google form to mark your attendance. Kindly mark. Thank you.
Welcome back, dear Toastmasters and guests. With that, we will start the next round of our meeting. So next part of our meeting is an important session of any Toastmasters meeting. In this round, constructive feedback will be given on each speaker and other aspects of the meeting will be evaluated so that the members can get benefits from the experience of evaluators and become a good speaker. To conduct the evaluation session, we have a general evaluator. So let's welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster Anirudh, to conduct the evaluation session.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Jacob. So it was a very good table topic session conducted by Toastmaster Paramaguru. The topics were all wonderful and I really enjoyed the table topic session. Now we move on to the next important session of every Toastmaster meeting, which is the evaluation session. In this evaluation session, the evaluators will be giving constructive feedback on the target speakers' speeches. To evaluate the first speaker for today, we have Toastmaster Deepa. Toastmaster Deepa will be evaluating the speech given by Toastmaster Prabhat. An introduction about Toastmaster Deepa. Toastmaster Deepa is currently working in TPI Composites as quality engineer. She loves to read books and sketch portraits. She has a vision of becoming an entrepreneur. That's about her introduction. Over to Toastmaster Deepa for giving your evaluation.
Okay. Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Anirudh, for my warm introduction. And good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And today is my target speaker is Toastmaster Prabhat. So I congratulate Toastmaster Prabhat for completing your level 1 project 4 on the pathway persuasive influence with the title Core Element of Human Excellence. Kudos for delivering a wonderful speech on that topic. So he started his speech by interacting with the audience by asking a question to the audience. So that was great intro. It was energetic. So we can easily connect with the speech. So that one, and you started that how from village to a city, how you was feeling it. You shared your experience of loneliness and sadness. And the comfort zone which you have spoken about, where your parents are shadowing you from all other aspects, and coming out of the comfort zone, how it is difficult for you. So you have beautifully explained it. And so he shared his experience of how the first day in Pune was. So the complete loneliness and sadness was the thing top in your life during that time. And gracefully started that how 6 core elements of human hexagon changed this loneliness to a positive lifestyle. So kudos for beautifully inferring the title. And you explained exploring and interacting with people only helped you to come out of that comfort zone. That is absolutely right. Everyone can relate with that. And also myself as an example, during my college day, I used to be an introvert. I won't even talk to anyone. Unless I have a need, I will talk. Until then, I won't talk. But after coming to the company, I'm exactly opposite of that. I will wantedly talk to many people. So because my work, the work what I'm doing is requires a lot for me to talk with people. So that's the change what I have. So I can easily relate myself with your speech in that case. And so your speech was in line with the pathway you are choosing. And as per the last feedback of Muthu, so you have imposed pauses effectively and your vocal variety was even good. And you have ended up with a phrase, willing to do something not actually okay, we should apply to it. That's a phrase you have used at the end of the speech, which was good. And coming to the implement points, you can even more insisted on the 6 core elements by explaining each element with an example or a story, so that even more we can connect with that speech. And the phrase at the end can even more highlighted with a high tone, because at the end of the speech, the tone was very low, the phrase tone. so that you can work on it. And gestures will even add cherry into the cake. So following these improvements, your speech can go to the next level. Thank you for giving a wonderful speech. Thank you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa, for your nice evaluation. Next, I would like to call upon the next evaluator. It's going to be Toastmaster Preeti, who will be evaluating a mother who has given a speech on how she has spent another day as a mother. So, a brief introduction about Toastmaster Preeti. Toastmaster Preeti works as a graphic designer at RRD Tenampet, and she does digital illustration and paintings, and also attends webinars during her leisure time. Over to Toastmaster Preeti for evaluating your speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anirudh. Hi, ma'am. Congratulations on this accomplishment of completing level 3 elective project. First of all, people don't take this humor. So in elective, we have options. So people hesitate to take talking about humor because humor naturally don't come to anyone. So congratulations on taking that project, first of all. Did you all enjoy the speech? Yeah. If you have attended offline, you would have seen how many responses for the Harry Potter fans and for the humor elements. You would have missed that. So saying about the objective, of course, the objective is fulfilled. You have said all the humor stories that happened in your life. So I have few highlights for your speeches. The first thing is the title, Another Day as a Mom. This title, we could all relate. So it is just a well-known title, and we could think of the things which happened in our life itself. The second thing is the song. You have such a soothing voice. It was very good. The third thing is an interaction. As I said, if you have attended offline, you would have seen that interaction here. So always laughing at your jokes, and it was fun. So more than you, we enjoyed all your speech. So the fourth thing is the collection of events. So how the kids fight, especially when you said the dialogue, everyone in the house hates me. This is a universal dialogue which everyone used, which we said when we were kids, and we heard as mothers should have heard from their children. So though I'm not a mother, I could think of my sister when you said about the fight that sister had. So the next thing is a descriptional language which you used. When you said like cherishing the old life with the memories which you had in your child's life. That thing, then when you said diffuser, bomb diffuser, referee and all that, we could imagine everything. You literally take us to visualize things which happened in your life. We were visualizing like Kavita ma'am getting old and cherishing the memories. Everything we could visualize. Thank you so much for that feeling. So then final thing is the message. So not every humorous speech end with a message, but you have a beautiful message as well. What you get as a parent. So how you're mentoring your kids and that. Summing up, it was a very good narration of saying a humorous parenthood. So only one recommendation is you would stand up and give the speeches. So the demonstration will be still more humorous. So other than that, it was a wonderful speech. Thank you, kudos to you, and very eager to listen to your future speeches.
Thank you, Preeti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Preeti, for giving a nice evaluation. Next, I would like to call upon the last evaluator for today, which is Toastmaster Suhasini. And Toastmaster Suhasini will be evaluating the speech given by Toastmaster Muthu and reflect on your path. An introduction about Toastmaster Suhasini is she is working as a lead engineer, and she has 5 years of Toastmaster experience. And her hobbies are reading books, playing badminton, listening to music, cooking, doing and teaching yoga. Over to you, Toastmaster Suhasini, for evaluating Toastmaster Muthu's speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Anirudh. Let's first congratulate my target speaker, Toastmaster Muthu, on completion of the pathway. Good news to you. Muthu, you selected the title which suit this project. retrospect, dealing with the past events in the Toastmasters. I really enjoyed it. And the purpose, the objective of the project is met. Is for the member to reflect his growth during the complete journey of Toastmaster. Coming to the OBC part, I mean, opening, content, and a conclusion. You started with your motivator, Brian Tracy message. You speak on your feet. The opening is good. And you also explained about your experience on Toastmaster, that you took 4 months to given an icebreaker. It's really like doing nothing is, doing something is better than nothing. So you tried it and you also achieved it. And you also said, like, from Pondicherry, I came to the Toastmaster for the entire 6 months, I attended the six meetings. See, coming from Velachery, I am unable to come regularly to the Toastmaster because I fed up with some of the work, but it is really appreciated. And you also humorously said about the timer role while you are giving your icebreaker. Someone is showed something over there. Really, I liked that one. About your role in ESCOM, you explained it very clearly, and I do the part of with you when you were in the ESCOM. So I know the roles and the responsibility you played in the ESCOM. You clearly explained it. Coming to the feedback part, how you implemented the feedback in the next speech and all, you explained it very clearly. And also you in that content itself, you explained about your passion on success principle training you are giving in as a private group. So you explained all the experience promptly and neatly. Coming to the end of the speech closing, you also end up with a message called "Doesn't matter small or big. Dream big." I liked it. So coming to the improvement part, I would suggest you just focus on the timing, because the timing limit is disqualified. And moreover, try to give, I could expected each level of experience, like in each level you could have explained some of the good speech of yourself, so that it will motivate us to do the things. And the final thing, I would congratulate, and I would say, like, you can continue on your next path. Good to congratulations, all the best to Toastmaster Muthu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suhasini. So all the 3 evaluations are completed. So hopefully if the speakers can incorporate all the feedback that the evaluators have given, their speech can progress to the next level. So this concludes the evaluation aspect of today's meeting. Now we will move on to the reports to be given by the tag team. So firstly, I would like to call Toastmaster Nikhil to give his timer report. Over to Toastmaster Nikhil.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Anirudh. Today, the timer report goes on as follows. In the prepared speech, TM Muthu missed the mark by 15 seconds. TM Prabhat spoke for 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Toastmaster Kavita spoke for 6 minutes and 16 seconds. Toastmaster Muthu spoke for 9 minutes and 44 seconds. In the table topics, Toastmaster Abha spoke for 1 minute 25 seconds. Toastmaster Prabhat for 1 minute and 13 seconds. Toastmaster Anand for 2 minutes. Guest Achilles for 1 minute and 28 seconds. Toastmaster Deepa for 1 minute and 14 seconds. Guest Jagannathan for 1 minute 25 seconds. Guest Jain for 46 seconds, that was disqualified. Toastmaster Kavita for 1 minute and 50 seconds. Guest Mukesh spoke for 1 minute 39 seconds. Toastmaster Venkatesh for 1 minute and 55 seconds. Toastmaster Preeti for 1 minute and 10 seconds. Toastmaster Nisha for 1 minute and 20 seconds. Toastmaster Anirudh for 1 minute and 51 seconds. Toastmaster Muthu for 1 minute and 35 seconds. And Toastmaster Nikhil, luckily, 1 minute and 2 seconds. For evaluation, Toastmaster Deepa spoke for 3 minutes and 26 seconds. Toastmaster Preeti for 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Toastmaster Suhasini for 3 minutes and 7 seconds. I'd also like to congratulate TT Master Toastmaster Param Guru for covering 15 speakers in 35 minutes. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhil, for your timer report. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Naveen for giving your counter report. Over to you, Toastmaster Naveen.
Hi. In prepared speech, Toastmaster Prabhat used our word 3 times, word 1 time, and word 2 times. And Toastmaster Kavita used and 2 times. And Toastmaster Muthu used well word 2 times, but word 3 times. And in table topic, Toastmaster Abbas used word 3 times. And Toastmaster Prabhat used well word 3 times. And Toastmaster Anand used word 3 times. And Toastmaster Akhilesh used so word 3 times. And Toastmaster guest Akhilesh used word 2 times. Toastmaster Deepa used word 1 time. And Toastmaster Jagannathan used well word 3 times. And guest Jayant used word 2 times. And Toastmaster Kavita used but word 3 times. And guest Mukesh Kumar used word 2 times. Toastmaster Venkatesh used so word for 5 times. And Toastmaster Preeti used but word 1 time. And Toastmaster Nisha used so word 2 times. And Toastmaster Anirudh used word 1 time. And Toastmaster Muthu used word 1 time. And Toastmaster Nikhil used word 2 times. Then in evaluation, Deepa used word 2 times. Toastmaster Preeti used so word 2 times. And Toastmaster Suhasini used word 2 times. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naveen, for your detailed counter report. So now I would like to call upon the final person in the tag team, Toastmaster Nisha, to give her grammarian report. Over to Toastmaster Nisha.
Good morning to the fellow Toastmasters and guests. Coming to the grammarian report, the prepared speech Toastmaster Prabhat used personality, psychology, perception, positive mentality. He has used the theme of the day 1 time. Toastmasters Kavita used for parenting, referring, and convince, nightmares, mentor, and she also ended up with a quote like experience is nothing but a code. It's really very nice quote and it's mostly related to all. Then Toastmasters Muthu used trembling, takeaway, feedback, grasp the opportunity. Coming to the table topic sessions, today we had 15 table topic sessions. It was really great. Kudos to the Toastmaster of the day, Paramaguru. Sorry, table topic master of the day, Paramaguru. Toastmaster Abbas used the word dream. Toastmaster Prabhat used positive learning. Toastmaster Anand used many words like slow learner, pathetic, couch potato, subconscious mind, left a mark in my heart like that. Guest Akhilesh used the word angry. Toastmaster Deepa used passion, search of goal, inspire. Guest Jayant used things are not the way but what we predicted in the past. Guest Jagannathan used the word things are not what we predicted in the past. Guest Jayant used the word 1 time. Success, stitch on time but saves time. That's a beautiful proverb. You said it on the stage. That's very nice. Toastmasters Kavita used wind up, horrible. So guest Mukesh Kumar used productive, positive, flying around the globe and aspects. Toastmasters Venkatesh used root cause, passionate, delicate, urgency. Toastmaster Preeti used superpower, invisible. Toastmaster Anirudh used usual habit, priority. Toastmaster Muthu used the word routine. Toastmaster Nikhil used one phrase like youth are not useless, they are useless. It's very nice. We use that phrase. Coming to the evaluation session, Toastmaster Deepa used the word energetic, kudos, graceful, inferring, and cherry in the cake. Toastmaster Preeti used soothing, descriptional language, and visualizing the things. Toastmaster Suhasini used the word speak on your feet, success principles, and promptly. Thank you. Over to
Thank you, Toastmaster Nisha. So this concludes the tag team reports. So now I will be giving my report. The meeting started on time and it was started very well by the Sergeant at Arms, and it was handed over to the presiding officer. And then the TMOD also started off well, and he gave nice explanations about the word of the day and the theme of the day. And then in the first session, which was the prepared speech session, all three speakers gave great speeches. And I personally liked Toastmaster Kavita's speech. It was really very humorous and very informative to know. No wonder she's a humorous speech champion. And then moving on to the table topics, that all the table topics are also wonderful. It was nicely done by the table topics master. And the table topics master has almost given chance to everybody in today's meeting. I think only one or two people didn't participate, but otherwise whoever who has attended this meeting, they have got a chance to speak in the table topics. So kudos to the table topics master for wonderfully conducting the table topics session. And then moving on to the evaluation session, all three evaluators have given great feedback on the prepared speakers' speeches. So that was nicely done. And the tag team reports are also very detailed, and all the three, the timer, R counter, and grammarian, they have given a very detailed feedback on their roles. Just a few recommendations. There was a last minute change in the agenda. Till today morning, I was not confirmed whether I was the general evaluator or whether anyone else was doing the general evaluator. So maybe if you can inform about at least 1 day earlier or 1.5 days earlier, maybe you can come a little bit more prepared for taking up the last minute role. And another recommendation is that when the TMOD was explaining about the word of the day and theme of the day, I felt he was rushing too fast. Maybe if he can reduce the pace and maybe explain it with a little more slowly, then maybe the audience can get more clarity on how he is explaining the word of the day and theme of the day. So TMOD can work on that. But otherwise, we are finishing the meeting also on time. And one more thing I would like to add on procrastination. Actually, nowadays, compared to online members, there are more members in offline. So that is a great improvement actually after the hybrid meeting has started. And TT Master gave me one topic asking whether procrastination is a mental health disorder. Well, it is not a mental health disorder, but I would like to add one point. Even I want to attend offline Toastmaster meetings, but even I am procrastinating for the last 2 months, saying that I will attend next week offline. So even I am part of that procrastination list. So I just wanted to add that one point. Other than that, it was a fabulous meeting, nicely conducted. I enjoyed every part of the meeting today. That's it from my side. Back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jacob.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Anirudh and his team for conducting the evaluation wonderfully. With that, I hand over the meeting to the presiding officer. So let's have a special education session on humorous speech contest by Toastmaster Satya Jayarama. Let me introduce him. So his DXC Chennai chapter is his club where he was born and brought up and is there even now since February 2015. He loves contesting and public speaking, currently working with Capgemini. The title is Tune into 8211-315-18 FM. Let's listen and enjoy. Over to you, Toastmaster Satya.
Yeah, hi Satya. One thing to clarify, the timing should be 20 minutes green card, 25 amber, 30 red, right? Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Preeti, and thanks, Toastmaster of the Day. I think Preeti was so quick to ensure that, okay, you'll have to speak only for 20 minutes, green 25 minutes, so don't keep speaking because we are already late. So sorry guys for putting you on the wait. I had to just come out of another one. Many thanks for the opportunity. It's been a pleasure to come here and share my lessons that I've learned in the humorous contest from all the previous camps and my fellow members in Toastmasters. I'm here to share it. Can I get a chance to see the audience members if that is a possible one? Is that something that is possible?
Yeah.
If one,
Yeah. Wait.
more and more tasks.
Can everyone cover the first floor?
Oh, lovely. Okay, that's a huge. I wish I was on. I was in person over there. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, and maybe the Sajana Dams Toastmaster Gayatri and MTC admin. Okay, MTC admin. I trust someone in the in-person meeting room itself. Is Gayatri part of the meeting room, or if possible, please switch on the video. I just want to see the faces. I feel good if I see the faces. If there is a personal challenge, I totally respect it. It's absolutely fine. Okay. First and first, how many of you have listened to any of the conversations before with respect to the humorous speech that was delivered by me? You can show of hands, please.
YouTube.
Okay, I can see 2 or 3 raising their hands in the room. So you have already listened to the sessions that was delivered, or is it just a speech that you're talking about?
Speech.
Right? Okay, not learned the lessons. Okay, so I can safely repeat all the jokes or whatever that I've shared in the previous sessions. So one question that comes to my mind, I wanted to ask you all: have you ever seen someone not laughing? Have you ever seen someone in your life who never laughed?
Yes.
It could be your relative, friend, your professors, your neighbors. They might be a serious personality, but then at least once you would have seen them laughing, or at least once you would have seen them smiling. Is there an exception to this? Sorry, you were saying something?
No.
No, I quoted this because I wanted to start the session by asking this question. And I usually test this one-liners, jokes during a contest with my friends who are Toastmasters as well as non-Toastmasters, just to see what is their responses and can they add some more to that, or can they top it up with something. Now, yesterday I was asking this question to my friends, and one of them came up with a brilliant response. P.V. Narasimha Rao. I've never seen him laughing. And then I immediately went to Google. I searched P.V. Narasimha Rao laughing. Okay. Just guess the response from Google. Usually, when you ask a very tough question to Google, it will ask you, or if you make a spelling mistake, it will ask you, "Did you mean this?" It will try to change the line and say, "Did you mean this?" And then it asked me, "Did you mean P.V. Narasimha Rao laughing?" I said, "Yes." And then some or the other way, I'll have to scroll down and see one picture of Narasimha Rao laughing. So there's no odd man out when it comes to laughing. Even P.V. Narasimha Rao laughed, because there was a joke in the 90s where P.V. Narasimha Rao is one person who will never laugh. But it's not the case anymore. I have the picture of him laughing. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because everyone has the sense of humor to receive your jokes. So don't think whether my joke will work out or not. Whether humor is my cup of tea, will it be possible for me to do it? If Rajinikanth, superstar Rajinikanth, thought of this, you would not have been a humorous person now. Because until the movie called Tillumullu, which was released in the year 1983, when he was offered that movie by his own guru, K. Balachandar, he denied it. And Balachandar almost went begging to him, and finally he demanded him to work on this movie. And if you have not watched it, please watch it, because that is the first movie where he came up with a full-length comedy. And from there on, whenever he does whatever he does in the 90s or 2000, I think the humor is a cup of very easy cakewalk for him. Rajinikanth, he discovered his humorous skills because he attempted that in the Tillumulu movie. He was not confident at all. He denied it, but then he discovered it. Then he went on to become a superstar. Without humorous skill, I doubt whether he would have been a superstar. But the point here is, he did not believe in something. He tried it and it worked. When you can try in movies where you can't afford to try out things because it will be a heavy loss for the producers, why not in Toastmasters? That's my first question to you all. In case if you feel that I am not going to attempt humorous, please attempt it. Maximum you will fail. Audience will not laugh for your jokes. It's okay. You can come back with another set of jokes, another beautiful script next time, and you can deliver it. But please, when the opportunity knocks on your door in Toastmasters for the contest, please don't back out. Please don't think that will not work out for me. So all the things that you have tried in your life so far has worked out for you the first time. You have tried it at least twice or thrice or n number of times, right? Nothing will work at the first attempt. So do the humorous speeches as well. Many thought it's not their cup of tea. And I don't know how many of you know Alex, who is one of the best stand-up comedian in Tamil Nadu or in the entire India, you can say, is one of the Toastmasters before. Right? And when he won the Toastmasters humorous speech contest at the district level in 2011, then he probably felt, okay, I think I'll have to go and make a stand-up comedy as my routine. And then he left his job in Infosys and he went. So it will help people to discover the skills. So please don't say that humor is not my cup of tea, is something that I want to begin with. So I would love to see loads of contestants in MTC Club whenever the humorous contest is. Please participate. And if you need any help or if you need anything, I have a bunch of people to give your lot of comments and lot of discussions can happen. I can point to it. And if you are interested, I can also be a part of the discussion. See, discussion will give you lots and lots of things, lots of ideas. Unless you discuss with your mentor or unless you discuss with a group of members in your club or non-Toastmasters, you will not be able to expand the jokes and make it a super hit. So my humble request, please participate. Maximum worst thing that can happen is you will fail. It's okay to fail. Toastmasters is a safe platform where you can fail any number of times and learn. You will definitely succeed one day. Trust me, this is not just a motivational statement. This is something I felt. I've seen it in others. I've seen people contesting and I've seen people victorious, coming out victorious. The first thing, take out that inhibition from you. Set your mind that you can contest and go for it. Okay, now that you are ready to contest, what's next? Where can I find my script? I want ideas. I'll tell you. Ideas are everywhere. Everywhere. Just close your eyes and think of anything. You just did not look at it in a humorous way. You just did not look at it in a humorous way. I'll tell you my own journey. When someone told me that look at everything in a humorous way, Satya, you will definitely find one. And I'll take my own script as an example that I delivered in the year 2020. For that matter, all my humorous subjects are either I've seen or I have actually felt it or I have experienced it. In the year 2030, a simple one-liner statement from my neighbor made me to write this entire script with my imaginary, of course. I was cleaning my car, okay, and there was a crow's poop on my car at only one point, right in the center of my car, and I was trying to clean it. It was not going away, so I have to put some more water, some other solution to it, and I was rubbing it. The other person who was cleaning the car next to me, he had at least 4 or 5 places where the crow pooped. So he came up with this brilliant question to which I did not have an answer at all. He asked me, why the crow is not pooping on your car 4 or 5 times? Why only on my car? I don't know how to answer it, okay? Instantly, I was laughing at him and I said, how can you ask such a question to me? And the very next second, I thought, this is my one-liner for the humorous speech contest. And I developed the entire story. And quite often I used to have a conversation with him whenever he comes down because I want some more points for my humorous speeches, right? So this guy gave me an idea for a script. So why not some more one-liners from him? So I used to have a conversation with him purposefully, picking something from him, and then he will give me so many pointers. So that's how the whole script came out. The whole script was about I am talking to a crow, and then why the crows was not on others' car or some of them's car, why only once on my car, and the entire story revolves around this. The whole point here is that if you look at some serious things in a funny way, you have the script ready. You have no idea how many times my grandma died during my school days. I had to say this whole story to my tuition teacher and everything. So this one-liner is also a script. So look at everything in a humorous way. Just think about it, how you can take out your pain in the form of humor. You will have a content ready. So you are ready now. You can go and grab a content, provided you look at it in a humorous way. Just listen to the conversations at your home, at your neighbor's home, or when you come down, just have a conversation with someone. Auto wala. I'll tell you one incident that I encountered last year. I was going in the auto. Okay, I was already late, so I requested him to go a little fast as possible. And then he was at one signal. The moment the signal turned from red to green, the person behind was honking. Beep, 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 within a fraction of a second. Okay, the moment it turned green, and my auto wala, he was a pakka South Indian Tamilian guy. He turned and said, "This is a Tamil only. Just in case if someone does not understand Tamil, please let me know. I can translate. Maybe not in the literal translation of each and every line. That's next to impossible for me." He turned around and he said, "Poramasathula porandavan. Have you come out of your mother's womb in just 6 months?" Now, that was supposed to be a very serious statement. Now, I don't know how to react to that. All that was running in my mind was how he predicted that. See, that person is totally someone who is not known to him. How he predicted that Paramasathula Ponana means only 6 months. I don't want to ask, but I could not control. Okay, I asked him, "Sir, how did you know that? On what basis you told that particular line?" "Sir, can't you see that red turn green? Not even 1 second. He is such a hurry, sir." So he is correlating this hurry-burry thing to the time that he was born. That is a super one-liner for a script. That is a super one-liner. If you are in a hurry, what are the words that you will utter? If you are in an anger mode, what are the words that you utter? You can take that as a humorous speech, and finally you can end with a message stating, "Don't be angry on it," or just look at anger in a different way. So the message can be anything. So this is just a simple one-liner from where a serious thing happened. You can pick this one-liner. So you have a content also ready now. Next, how you can develop the content. Okay. The very first thing is self-deprecating humor. If you're making jokes about yourself, people will enjoy it. And if you're making a joke on some other person, provided that person is acceptable by the audience, then your jokes will not work. But what is guaranteed is definitely self-deprecating humor will work 100%. Take any script that won at the area level, division level, or the district level in humorous speech contest, they would have shared their own pain, what they went through. Okay, they would have made jokes about themselves. You can take movies also, for example. Vadivelu is biggest comedian, biggest superstar when it comes to comedy in Tamil movies, primarily because he makes jokes about himself. He compares himself to MTR. Nana avlo velliya irukken, appiye sudarthirukka venama. That is why the whole comedy became a super hit. He compared himself with MTR, which is not the case, and then he was ready to put down himself. He was not ready to brag and show that he is a super. No, but he was ready to put down himself, make a self-deprecating comedy, but that works superbly well. Same is the case with a humorous speech as well. Self-deprecating humor will work. For example, let's say I quoted this example as many times. There is a party happening, and then next day you are meeting your friends and you are praising yourself. You know what? In the party, I was boozing so much, and after boozing, you are not supposed to drive. So what I did, I booked the cab on my own and I went. Please appreciate me. And One of his friends responds to that. The party was happening at your home. Stupid fellow, where did you go? So here I'm projecting myself as a brilliant person in front of everyone, but finally I have messed it up. Okay, so this is how the self-deprecating humor should be. You'll have to go in a praising way and then say that, know what, I'm being a totally stupid personality. Then audience will laugh because you're making a humor on yourself. Self-deprecating comedy is the first thing when it comes to the content. Now, how you can develop further? Now, there is something called as a setup, pause, and punch, or setup, pause, and twist. You can put it in either ways. What that means is you will have to set a very quick premise, hold the audiences, and force them to think in one particular direction. You will take them that, okay, I'm going to tell a joke, right? So you'll say the one-liner or the two lines about the joke. You'll set the premise, and then keep building it up, build up, and then finally give a twist or a punch, which will make them to laugh, right? Let's say, for example, three guys, three friends. Again, let's take boozing as an example. It's Sunday, so let's enjoy. So three guys are boozing heavily, and they think, okay, they'll have to book a Ola cab and they'll have to go. So Ola driver notices that they are heavily drunk and he wants to take advantage of the situation. So he thinks, okay, let me fool them. So as soon as all the three boards the car, he goes straight, takes a U-turn, and comes back exactly to the same position where they are. And then he says, sir, you have arrived. The first person gets down and says, thank you. The second person gets down and says, how much I need to pay. The third person has an eye-to-eye contact with the driver. He keeps looking at the driver and he's so angry. Now the driver starts shivering. He thinks probably this guy has found out the truth. He asks him, come out. The driver steps out. Legs are shaking, hands are trembling. He doesn't know what to do. The third person comes very close to him, gives a tight slap and says, next time, drive slowly. Now the whole thing here is, you have made the premise, you have set up the premise that three guys are going. Now you are ready to know what happens, what is going to happen next. So I've told what is the first guy said, what is the second guy said. So you are prepared now. What is the third thing that is going to come? So I've set the premise, gave a build-up in terms of what is the first guy told, what is the second guy said. Now the build-up is ready. Now you're waiting for the final punch. What is the third guy said? Now that's where the punchline should come, or the twist, anything that you want to write. Most important phenomenon when you are working on this is, you will have to come out with the premise very quickly. You can't keep saying the story for more than 1 minute. By the time audience will say, yappada joke over day. When you will come for the joke, you will have to be very quick in setting up the premise. That's very important. So set up maximum 2 or 3 lines, okay, and then keep building it up so that audience will have a giggle and finally give a punch so that they will laugh. So this is very important. Now here there is one more key point also. It's up to you how you want to make them think about it. For example, let's say I'll give you another joke for it. Who is Lord Vinayaka's father? Okay, this was a question posted to one of the members, and he comes up with a brilliant answer because he has seen that old Tamil movie recently, and he says it's Shivaji. Lord Vinayaka's father is Shivaji. Then who is Lord Shiva? Then he says, no, sir, he wants to prove that he is right. Okay, now he says, no, sir, how will you call Modi ji? How will you call Gandhi ji? So I gave lots of respect to Shivaji. See here, that is also in the form, you set up the premise, you gave a build up, and then you came up with a twist or let's say punch. But the moment I said about the first build or second build up, let's say Gandhi ji, Modi ji, you were somehow able to predict that the last one would be Shivaji, right? You were able to predict it probably. If you compare it with the previous one, which was almost next to impossible to predict unless you heard about the joke before, this is very easy to predict. So be very careful in placing this twist or placing this build-up very carefully so that the audience won't predict it. If it goes unpredictable way, then you'll get a thunderous applause and a good laughter. If it goes in a predictable way, still it will work, but it's up to the mood of the audience. Whether you'll get a thunderous applause or you'll just say, okay, that's how the response will be. Right? So set up, pause, and punch, or set up, pause, and a twist. Anything you can take it. Now let's move on. Without this particular point, humorous speech will never work. And what is that? That is exaggeration. Now, I'll tell you a real incident that happened in my club. One of my club members, my friend, he came up with an idea and he wanted to work with me for the humorous script. I said, okay, more than happy. And it was a bit flat speech. There was no jokes in that. So I exaggerated it and I applied few more jokes. He was not happy. He said, Satya, you are asking me to lie. I said, I am not asking you to lie. Get me right. I am asking you to overstate things. Exaggeration is different. Exaggeration is not lying. Exaggeration is overstating things. It truly happened, but you are narrating it in a way that it happened in a very big, right? So exaggeration is not lying. But that guy could not take it. Finally, I somehow convinced him. It was late in the night, okay? We sat in the conference room, in the office conference room at 7:30 in the evening. And the discussion went on and on and on. The next day was our contest. I saw the card. Next day was the contest. 10:30, 3 hours of discussion, okay? Somehow I felt, okay, I convinced him. The next day he delivered the same flat script, not even with a single change that we discussed for the 3 hours. I literally broke into tears. I went up to him and said, 3 hours we discussed. What did you do, man? Why did you not incorporate everything? You could have told me yesterday, right? We could not have avoided the discussion also. Satya, last night I went to my home and reversed it. My heart just couldn't accept it. I can't even overstate things, Satya. I'm a very true guy. I can't lie or I can't overstate things. I'm so sorry. I should have told you this. This is too much. Come on. Why can't you? And then I made him sit and understand, okay? Without exaggeration, you were humorous. Everyone came up to him and said that if you have exaggerated a bit, the humor could have worked. Exaggeration is the key. I'll give you a beautiful example for this. One guy is fed up of queues. Okay, fed up of standing in the queue in ration shop, in movie malls, wherever he goes. If he wants to buy a popcorn, a big queue. So he decides to commit suicide. He wants to end life because he hates queues. So he goes to the top of the mountain and he wants to jump from the mountain and end his life. So he was about to jump. One guy holds his back and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Sir, leave me, sir. I want to end my life. I don't want to live. I'm fed up of queues everywhere. Do whatever you want, but stand in the queue. We are here to commit suicide." Okay, so there is a big queue there. So this can't happen in reality, okay? This can never happen in reality. But when you narrate this sort of a joke in a humorous speech, nobody is going to validate you. They're there to enjoy it. They're not going to find the logic over there, whether it's true or not, whether it can happen or not. This guy is overstating. No. This is not an international speech contest. This is a humorous speech contest. Audience want jokes. They want entertainment from you. And they are not looking out for a logic. Logic absolutely zero. No need at all. Come up with so much of exaggeration. Think out of the box. There is one more joke I can crack here. The interviewer asks a person, how much is 25 plus 25? And that person comes up with an amazing answer. 49. Good, you are appointed. And he goes back home and gives a thought. 25 plus 25 is 50. What did I do? Sure, I said 49. And he feels guilt. And next day he wants to break the guilt, so he goes up to the manager and he says, "Thank you so much for offering me the job, and today I'm joining. Sir, if you don't mind, I have a query." Yeah, please go ahead. Yesterday when you asked me how much is 25 plus 25, I answered 49. I'm sorry. I realized the answer is 50. That's okay, Pa. I know it yesterday. Sir, but still you were ready to offer me the job? The reality was, I asked the same question to 10 others who came for the interview. You were the only one who came closer to the answer. The other people were answering 45, 44. You were the only one who were close to the answer 50. So you were selected based on that. See, in reality, this is the most stupidest thing that can happen, or possibly it is something that can never happen. But still, you are not going to validate it when I'm saying this. You are just waiting for that final thing to come, final thing to enjoy. So exaggerate as much as possible. Now what's next? Self-deprecation. setup, pause and punch, exaggeration. Now the most favorite part of mine. If it is an online contest, suspense matters a lot. I was just stating the same thing in the previous panel discussion as well to one of the fellow members who asked this question, how to distinguish between an online contest and an offline contest or an hybrid. So in an online contest, it is impossible. It is impossible because just you can see how Madam was so in a hurry-burry mode. Preeti came all of a sudden and said, "You have only 20 minutes, been 25 minutes." So she said the time. Okay, she has to leave, right? So in the online contest, people will not sit and look at the monitor continuously for 1 hour. 10 contestants with a gap of 1 minute, 1 minute break, finally 2 minutes break. Come on, give them a break. It is next to impossible to keep focus, to pay attention to each and every word or each and every line that you utter, be it a humorous contest or any type of contest. It's so difficult. You know it, how difficult it was during the tough situations. Now, how can you make the audience to look at it? Suspense. What is going to happen next? If you keep that suspense element, definitely audience will stick to the monitor. They want to know what will happen next. They will be desperate. So have the suspense if it is an online contest. And imagine that audience are enjoying. You have no other choice. If it is an offline contest, yeah, I saw the card. If it is an offline contest, you will have to ensure that your delivery stands out. Again, this is the same thing that I've discussed in the previous meeting as well. And a content with a normal, an ordinary message or ordinary jokes can be delivered in an extraordinary way with your delivery, with your beautiful delivery, with your pauses where you want to pause, with your vocal variety you can really play. You know, one pioneer when it comes to body language, Charlie Chaplin. Those days there was no audio at all. Just the body language, he was able to become a superstar. And even now there is absolutely no one who can match him when it comes to the body language, the exaggerated body language or anything it might be. So your body language has to go in line with the words that you utter in humorous contest. The sync should come. If the sync does not come, your delivery will not work out. Anybody can deliver a humorous speech, but can you fine tune it in a way, if the body language can match the voice modulation, then your humorous speech will work out 100%. It will be a very, very clear indication to the audience if it is going out of sync. Either you are nervous or you are not practiced well. Even if the jokes works out, great. But 100% the jokes will work out provided you make your body language in sync with the words that you utter. That is very important. Very, very important. And when you go on a rising tone, when you go on a lowering tone, that is how you play with the intonations of the voice modulation. And most importantly, pause. Just before breaking that final punch, if you pause and then deliver it, then the audience will have that breathing time for the imbibing the joke and then coming out with a laughter. So delivery is one of the key things when it comes to humorous speech contest. Again, I would like to reiterate, an ordinary speech can be delivered in an extraordinary way. If you feel that my content is not that much humorous, close your eyes, go there to that particular content, live there and deliver it. You will definitely feel a difference. You will definitely think of any one-liners that Vadivelu or Vivek or any comedian, any of your favorite comedians. A normal line also looks extraordinary just because of the way they deliver it, right? The voice, or the vocal cord, how you play with that beautiful instrument in you, that matters a lot. Specifically for humorous content, this is very, very important. So please work on your delivery. That matters a lot. I see that many Toastmasters who are going for the humorous speech contest, they will take so much time dedicatedly. They will work on content alone. My humble request, work including your delivery. You will work on your content for 3 months. Just one day before the contest, you will start practicing the delivery. Means mugging up the script or whatever the method that you want to approach. No, that is not the right way. You will have to work on a delivery at least a week before. Sit with a few of your friends or sit with your mentor, deliver it there, see how the body language can be, or record your own speech, stand in front of the mirror, whatever the best way you want to approach it. Delivery is very, very important, my dear friends. When you are going beyond division, delivery is something that will definitely make you to stand out with the rest of the contestants. When it comes to district level, everybody will come up with a beautiful content. How you deliver it, that will distinguish you. And that is where the beautiful thing comes out. So my best wishes to everyone. Please remember all the points that we have discussed. Participate, don't say no. Participate. I'm not here to motivate you, but this is the fact. Nobody in this earth will give you so much of time to stand in front of the audience and deliver a speech. This 25 minutes that I've taken, you had only one choice, either to quit from Zoom and get out of this meeting, or to walk away from that particular room. I see a door behind there. But only those two options for you. You can never stop me, because this 25 minutes to 30 minutes is my time, right? So do the humorous speech as well. You have been given 5 to 7 minutes. Make use of that time. Deliver your jokes. Maximum you will fail. That's okay. You will discover your humor skills in you. So don't say no. Flood your nominations to the Vice President Education of this club. Be in touch with your contest chair. Work out all your jokes. See, feel it, and enjoy it. With that note, I'm ending my session here, and I'll be happy to take any queries or any of your feedback. If you want to share something that you have witnessed in the humorous speeches, and if you feel that that is going to work, please go ahead and share it with me. I would love to take your inputs as well. I'm sure Preeti is the most happiest person now. Finishing on. Thank you, Preeti.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
What is your title? A2113151 represent. It was interesting.
Okay, good. So I wanted someone to ask me this question. So yesterday, Preeti was actually behind me for this title. She was following up with me since last week. It's so pathetic of me that I could not come up with a nice title, because everywhere when you go for a session, you can't repeat the same title, or you can't repeat the same things. Either you'll have to articulate it in a different way, or you'll have to come up with some other key points. So that, I mean, it's boring to go with the same thing. It's just like shaping your script. When you move on from club level to area level, you'll have to fine tune your script. If you're not changing the script, it's fine, but you'll have to fine tune it so that you can adapt yourself with the next level of contestants and next level of audience. And so do the division, and district is like more than 500 or 600. Likewise, when you go for a new session, you will have to come up with some new elements, different things, try out something. So she actually predicted the title to be humorous from one of the previous posters. Humorous, written as humor US. So I told to the entire audience that humor is inside us. If you look at the word humorous. So then I went on with saying that what is humor and blah blah blah. Now, keeping a different title for every session, I ran out of ideas for this meeting. So since last week, I was not ready to give my title to Preeti. She was constantly messaging me, I will have to prepare a poster. Can you give me a title? Okay, so I don't know. I was not satisfied. I told her a friend, I was not satisfied with the title. Allow me some time, Preeti. Then yesterday I was listening to the radio while I was driving my car. And he was saying that, tune into this 92.7 FM and let's enjoy this, that. And then I really thought, okay, why not tune into humor FM? Because yesterday was max examination for one of my kids, and he came up with this relation. Every alphabet, if you associate A with 1, B with 2, what is that one word that comes 100? That one word that comes to 100, that's called attitude. Hard work, if you replace it with every alphabet with the number that is keeping that A equal to 1, B equal to 2, and Z equal to 26. If you replace that alphabet with numbers and if you add it, hard work does not yield you 100. And you put anything, smartness, everything, that will not come to 100. It will be only your attitude. If you replace each and every alphabet with a number, that will be 100. So this is one of the famous stories. So he was narrating that to me. Then I thought, okay, what happens if you substitute humor, HUMOR, with the numbers? Then it comes to this particular 1, 8, this, all this stuff. So I thought, okay, humor FM, let's listen and enjoy. I thought, okay, let me combine that radio idea along with this, and then I came up with this. I just want to try out things, whether it works out or not, whether you are happy with this title or not, but I'm happy that I came up with at least some other different title. So that's the secret behind the title, Preeti. I know you developed that poster, so you wanted to know. Thank you so much for asking.
Actually, I checked with your mobile number.
No, I can't hear you. Sorry.
I checked with your mobile number. So it was only 9 numbers. I failed in that.
Any suggestions, please?
So no question.
Yeah, I would like to.
Yeah, Anirudh.
Yeah, I just want to say one point. You were talking about title. Actually, in some other contest, one speaker had kept the title as TBD. Actually, normally when the TBD means to be decided, isn't it? But his humorous speech title itself was TBD. It was a different title. You said you had kept the 8211 title. So that I got reminded of.
No, it's actually a good point as well. Title is very, very important. Again, this has been reiterated as many times. I want to mention it here as well. Any speech, specifically a contest speech, or if you take a club level speech also during the regular meeting, your speech starts from the moment the title is read. Your speech is not starting from the moment you utter the first word or the sign of a body language. No. Actually, you'll have to go one step back and realize that the speech starts from the time the title is read. And when it comes to humorous speech, you will have to go for a very good creative title. The moment the title is read, if the contest is happening in person, the laughter will start. And that sets the podium for you. You are there to go and speak anything audience will enjoy. Because audience have already reacted for your title. They are ready to receive everything from you. So if you work hard on your title, then your jokes are most likely to work out. Imagine a simple title. I was in the previous meeting, right? They came up with one funny title. Are you single? Right? Yes. That is one title. Imagine when the contest master is reading it. Okay. Are you single? Toastmaster Satya. Toastmaster Satya, are you single? Now that itself will provoke laughter, and I can crack any number of jokes after that. And finally, I can say, I am single, contest master. That's how you are going to end. Done, finished. Your title has set the platform here. And imagine another title, a funny title. For example, let's say, I love you. Imagine the contest master reading it. The girl reading a title, I love you, Anirudh. Anirudh, I love you. Unfortunately for Anirudh, I am reading it. And even if a guy is reading it, that turns to be even more humorous. Even more humorous. If it is a girl, yes, it will be a super hit. But if it is a guy reading it, then the laughter is double. Okay, you are guaranteed. So have a very creative title. That's very important when it comes to humorous speech contest. Very, very important. My favorite title is, I wanted to share this. My favorite title when it comes to ISC contest is our world champion, Aaron Beverly. He is the first person to come up with such a creative title. 57 words as a title. Okay, in an international speech contest finals, the world championship in the year 2018, I think 2018. Yes, he came second. It was so unfortunate, but yeah, next time he won it. In 2019, he went on to become a world champion. But still, my favorite speech of Aaron Beverly is the second place where he got in 2018. 57 words as a title. And imagine the contest master reading the title. Okay, 57 words he has to read and say Toastmaster Aaron Beverly. And then he has to again repeat it, Toastmaster Aaron Beverly, and the 57 words. The audience were giving thunderous applause. Okay, the international speech was set. And then his whole speech was about how to speak so that you will be remembered. Just because you speak more, you will not be remembered. Choose your words appropriately. Simple concept, simple message. Can any one of you recite my title? He asked this question to the audience. Obviously, no. And then he says, neither me. I don't remember it. So just because you speak in volume does not guarantee that you will be remembered. So speak so that you will be remembered. Simple concept. Sold brilliantly. Then I took that as an inspiration. I wanted all my speech titles to be completely different. Whether it works out or not, I will try it. I don't mind trying it. So again, if you ask me in my speeches, what is my favorite title? I'll go with this. Kaka, 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 Kaka. Okay, again, the whole story revolves around the crow, right? So I kept this title. So towards the end, when I'm ending, I thought, okay, I'll finish off like this because I worked with my mentor and he too said that it's a brilliant idea. So go for it. Let's see whether it works out. So I'll say, finally, I'll also call the crow towards the end of my speech. Ka contest master. So it comes in a very rhyming way, right? And then it worked out very nicely. I was so happy. So title is very, very important. And thanks to you for bringing that point up.
And also you are speaking about exaggeration. Is it that we need to use some acting skills when we are exaggerating any points in the speech?
Yes, your acting skills should come out, but just a thin line of difference, right? Your body language should not be over exaggerated. Your content can be over exaggerated, but your body language has to stay at a limit where it should not be felt by the audience that too much. 10 ரூபாய்க்கு சொன்னா 100 ரூபாய்க்கு நடிக்கிறான் பாரு. Then it will make the jokes also to go. They won't like the jokes also. The entire thing falls down. So have an apt body language. A bit of over exaggeration is fine. A bit, that's very difficult unless I see the actual line and give an example to that. So you'll have to play it very carefully when it comes to body language.
Because many dramas and all we are seeing, so adulende easy you can grasp and
Yes, but it again depends on that one-liner that you're delivering. If it really demands that too much of an exaggerated body language, yes, that will work. But most of the times, stepping out of that natural zone and playing with an artificial zone, it really needs a practice and understanding of what is that one-liner, how it will be perceived by the audience.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Satya, one quick question from me.
Sure.
So in an online contest, you will have no clue what the audience or even the judges or what is really running in their mind, and you have no clue how your jokes are working out, and you don't have a choice to even tell out something that is only if you know whether your joke is working out, you will come up with something to adjust, right? So you will have no clue, and you have to just look at the monitor when no screens are even switched on. You have to talk and just get out. So after participating in offline contest, doing this online, I found it very, very challenging. So how do we prepare ourselves mentally to overcome this?
Good question. I'll tell you one way, it's a blessing in disguise. Okay, for all those who feel that will my jokes work, safely close your eyes, enjoy it, and think that the audience are clapping. Okay, that is one way to go about it in a positive way. Secondly, as I said, suspense factors matters a lot. Unless you have a suspense factor, nobody will continuously look at the screen. I bet you on this, including your best friend who feels that you are the one who is giving the speech, I need to be there to support you. No, it is not going to happen unless you have a suspense pattern. Now, how can I prepare myself or how can I motivate myself? Because I'm not too sure what is working and what is not working. Now, I'll tell you, it purely depends on the feedback post the contest. Sooner your club contest gets over, if any of your club members or the member of the audience during the contest messages you stating that I like this one-liner, that is what you wanted to make a note of it. There will be a lot of other messages like that, and if people are not that much active, maybe you can talk to them and find out what is the thing that you liked about the contest today or liked about my speech today. I did the same thing. Many of my club members also did the same thing. Even in area level also, we did the same thing. Division level also. Luckily, at the division level, I was blessed to get few WhatsApp messages from outside members, outside my club, and I ensured that I'm not going to remove all those jokes. But one-liners, unpredictable things came for me. I thought that one-liner was an ordinary thing, but it worked out tremendously well. And I was given an opportunity, big thanks to the trio members, I was given an opportunity to deliver my script during the awards night. Okay, so first I thought, okay, that was an online script. How will I ensure that the audience will laugh or not? Then I thought, okay, this is an opportunity for me. Why should I say no? Go for it. And then I went for it. Trust me, all those ordinary one-liners, which I thought would have probably a giggle sort of stuff, turned out to be a thunderous applause. That made me really happy. That made me really happy. And I did not remove all those one-liners that came in the message or that was told by my friends, my fellow members. And those are the one-liners that worked. So you'll have to ask for the feedback. That's the first thing. What all the things, if they're able to recollect one-liner or some of the snippets from your story, great. Second, if you receive any WhatsApp message stating that this one line was superb by Yosten, that is something for you. So you should not be removing these two things, 100%. Otherwise, you can play around with your script.
Thank you so much, Satya. That was helpful.
We have one more question from the audience member.
Yes.
No, I just have a question regarding the process, the creative process. Like when do you develop content? Like when we are preparing a script, the content comes from like a long. Is it a long process where you just note down stuff that comes to you in some place and then try to make a theme out of it, or how does the development of the script happen? Is it like you sit down one day and then think of different things that and put them together, or is it like a long-term process? That is
basically how to craft a speech. I can take it that way. How to craft a speech.
Yes.
I'll take it. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what I did. Okay, I did some most stupidest thing also. I don't mind sharing that. Have you ever heard of this open mic?
Yes.
Open mic concept where all the to-be stand-up comedians will go and try out their jokes, and if it works out, then they will try out in the actual scenario. That is where you get all the feedback from the fellow stand-up comedians and the audience over there. They will actually, that is the place where you try out jokes, and then they will give you feedback. No, make this joke to come this way, add this one-liner, all those stuff. So I tried it after the suggestion from my friend. For the last 2 years, I was part of that open mic and I tried few jokes there, and the amazing feedback that I got really helped me a lot. That is one, to develop the content. So if you have one liner, just develop it and go there and test it. They will give you feedback and then you can shape it accordingly. So normally outside of that, what can help you in developing your content, maybe a one liner is, let's imagine two situations. So one is a day before the contest. It happened to me. I delivered my club level speech. It was totally different one. It was about vaccination, and it has been almost 2 years now. People forgot about vaccination, or it has become a cliche. So it was not received in the same manner in which what I thought. I came second in my club level humorous speech contest. Then I realized probably if I cross area and step into division, my luck will not favor me. Because if you come second in humorous, yeah, it's not the end of the road, but still, it may, the same speech may win the area level also. You never know, because the area contest is totally different. The club level speech winner need not be the area level speech winner, or the club level second person need not be the second person again. So things may vary, but I was not satisfied. So what I did was, next week was the area contest. I had only 1 week. Somehow I was not happy, but I was not getting ideas also. Then I went back to my notes zone and I picked my favorite one-liners from that, whichever I've written, whenever, whether I notice it online or on the road or any conversation, I make a note of all these things in my phone. I use notes in my phone. I picked up only one-liner just a day before the contest. I know that I alone cannot do any magic to this one-liner and make a script out of it. Previous night of the area contest, 10 p.m. I very well remember this. I'll have to thank all these people who stayed with me. I pulled out 5 members from my club, including my mentor, the poor guy who is traveling along with me for the last 8 years. They sat with me until 2 a.m. in the midnight, from 10 to 2, 4 hours of grueling. I wanted them to imagine a situation and come up with that situation and give me inputs. When they told something, I was able to incorporate something over it, and then I developed it. So this first example, if you don't have time and if you want to develop that one-liner into a speech, you will have to sit with your members, friends, ask them for opinions, ask them for suggestions, develop it. Let's say the other one. The other example is, you have ample amount of time, 3 months of time for the humorous speech contest. Now, how will I develop my content? Every day, you will have to keep thinking about it. No the go. If you have to develop it, one fine day you will have some 3 or 4 pages. So don't restrict your humorous speech just for 700 words or 800 words. That is something that you will have to decide it finally. You will have to keep running for pages. Whatever comes to your mind, whether you feel it humorous or not, irrespective of that, keep writing in that every day or whenever you sit for that, whenever you have time, right? Keep writing it. Let it run for 3 pages. Let it run for 4 pages, 5 pages. It's fine. Just a week before the contest, squeeze it and see how you can turn that speech even more humorous. When you are squeezing it, you will be able to pick only the important lines and only the important elements which are probably to tickle the funny bones. And if you're still not satisfied, you can transform few one-liners into humorous by looking at some other jokes from the internet, because that will give you some cues. If you look at some other jokes, that will give you cues on how you can fine-tune your jokes. So 2 things I said. One, if you don't have time, sit with your panel members, your friends, gruel them like what I did just a day before the contest. If you have ample time, run for pages, it's fine. Because when you keep thinking about it, when you start experiencing it, okay, if everywhere you see the same thing happening, you will have to visualize things. You will have to start visualizing. Otherwise, you cannot expand your script at all. You'll have to literally feel there for the next 2 months or 3 months if you want to expand this. Wherever you go, you can try out these jokes, whether it works out or not with your friends and with your fellow club members, or if you attend any other club, whatever it is, please try it out. So within the 3 months, whatever the number of pages it runs, 1 week before the contest, squeeze it and then go for it. I hope I answered it.
Thank you.
When is your club contest, Preeti?
Next week, October 2.
Sorry?
October 2, next week.
October 2. Okay, Gandhi Jayanti.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Satya, for taking your time. I know back-to-back session is not very easy. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and it was nice sharing everything with all the club members here. Thank you so much, and looking forward seeing you all as a part of the humorous speech contest.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let's proceed with our usual meeting. Gayatri, are the results ready?
Yes,
Yes.
Preeti.
Yeah. Okay, can you please share the screen?
So are you able to see my screen, Preeti?
Which topic speaker?
Thank you, ma'am.
Preeti, is someone taking a snap of that?
No, not today. Let us take a group photo at the final. Best evaluator?
Okay.
Please proceed. Best role player?
Preeti, you're not completely visible. Maybe you can change the direction of the laptop.
Okay, what is the meeting rating, Gayatri?
No, we have another first timer as well.
Okay, Parma Group. A special mention to Parma Group. He completed 15 table topic session in around 30 to 35 minutes. So let's go with the guest feedback. Shall we have guest feedback?
Preeti, the meeting rating is 5.75, 4.75.
So, good rating. How you felt about the history?
So it was really it was really an amazing experience. It's one of the best ways to spend your weekends with the productive people who have lots of things to share. You have people from different walks of life. There are people who are doing in production, and there are people who are doing who are still in the college like me, and there are very young people like this small kid you got there. So it was really amazing to have a lot of people who have lots of experience to share, and not only they're providing different perspectives, but they're also letting us know like what sort of things we can, what sort of changes we can bring in ourselves when it comes to speaking, and yeah, it was really good. Thank you.
One more case.
Yeah, it was a very really an amazing experience, and it's one of the best ways to enjoy your weekends and utilize the time during Sundays.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Akhilesh. Jagannath, can you? So we missed your introduction also. You can introduce and then share the details.
Okay. About me,
Can I just come closer?
yeah. I'm Jaganathan. I'm basically from Mettupalayam, Tamil Nadu. I'm married. I have a kid. I'm working with MRF Limited as an R&D engineer. As usual, I'm an engineer. So that's all about me. And regarding this Toastmaster, it's the first time I'm attending the session. This is completely a different thing for me. What I was imagining, it's completely different. We have a lot of activities. I thought people will speak on subjects, some topics, but it was an interactive session. Basically, people are pulled inside the discussion and they are engaged, occupied. So what I was thought was completely different. So it's good, really.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much. So let's gather for a group photo. Can you all please come together? Can you?
Yes, ma'am.
Online, can anyone take a screenshot?
Gayatri, you're taking
Yeah,
right?
I'll take.
Okay.
Yes. So Karthik Shivakumar. Yeah. Done.
Thank you. With this, I adjourn. Yeah, we'll take that. With this, I adjourn 6:37 meeting of Madras Toastmasters Club to the next week.